radiation! Down that way!
It's a terrifying thought, but could it be possible that space is about to get even deader? Like the necromorphs that tear apart the series' victims and animate their dead bodies, a new Dead Space sequel has been lurking in some dark corner of EA. With several notable changes to the action horror gameplay from the previous games, mentally tortured and battle-scarred engineer Isaac Clarke is in for a slightly different experience.
Our window's coming up. We go now or not at all?
For one, he may not be quite so alone. A second character, a military man named John Carver, plays a part in the story. If you want a friend watching your back and sharing the horror with you, he's your man. If not, you'll simply run into Carver at certain points in the story. You don't have to worry about an AI-controlled lackey mucking up your atmosphere.
Here's where the fun begins.
As for the planet that hosts that atmosphere, the events of Dead Space 3 begin with the crash landing on the frozen planet of Tau Volantis, that seems to be home to the true source of the necromorph scourge. Of course, you wouldn't expect to just trot in, find the source of all the trouble, and be done with it. Players will face militant human enemies, environmental hazards, and some rather sizable new threats, with gameplay that leans even further toward action than previous Dead Space titles.
Oh shit!
In addition to the potential increase in firepower from a second playable character, it's now possible to dodge attacks with a sort of combat roll, and crouch behind cover to avoid damage. There's a definite increase in your offensive options, including a new weapon customization system that lets you swap in various elements of weapon blueprints, or create your own implements of destruction capable of spitting out electric shock, flame, or maybe even both. These new weapons and mechanics will help you deal with hostile creatures such as dog-born necromorphs, and lethally quick humanoid enemies that stab first and ask questions never. While a few things about the series have changed, this is still recognizably a Dead Space game. You'll have to cope with elements like zero gravity and hallucinations, and puzzle out solutions to problems by manipulating machinery. And you can certainly expect to suffer a few elaborately gory deaths that are strangely enjoyable to watch despite the fact that it's happening to your character. Will Dead Space still be able to build up the action without tearing down its existing past, a mighty monument to deep space horror? We only have the first and most obvious impressions so far, so expect us to learn more about the game as we approach its release early next year.
Whatever you're seeing, it's not real, man. You gotta trust me here, okay?